Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. And hold on.
What's your problem?
There we go.
Oh, can anyone hear us? Hello? Are you all out there?
I forgot the mic. Okay, hopefully you can hear us now.
We are so ill prepared.
No, they can't hear us.
Oh dear.
Hold on. I gotta find the button. Audio. Okay, can you hear me now? Yes, there we go. Okay.
Oh my Lord.
Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Guy here from Squatch, America.
And Hannah, domestic goddess, chief cook, and doggy mama, a little bit irritated. Here at the paddy wagon. Where have you been all? My goodness, what's going on with you?
We're just rushed tonight.
Very, very rushed. It's true. Hi, octopus with no friends. I love your name.
Yep.
You sound like our people.
All righty. So we got a fun show tonight. It's not.
Renee said we could hear you before, Goof.
I know, but we were on a different mic, on the wrong mic.
It doesn't count if it's not on all the fancy equipment.
Yeah, it wasn't on our golden microphone. So there.
Anyway, we've got a very interesting show for y'all tonight, and an even better new intro.
Yep. So shall we? So Merry Christmas. It's coming to that time.
No, it's not Merry Christmas yet. Although I will say on my walk with the dog this morning, I turned on the Piano Guys a Family Christmas to listen to while
There we
I walk.
go.
So, hey, you can't escape it now, can you? Hi, Kelly Flanagan. Good to see you.
Yes.
From Meadowline Falls.
And Renee. And who else is in here?
We
Scott.
Octopus, Donna, Angel, Melissa. Michelle, and Charles. Good to see all of you tonight. Wonderful.
Yay.
And the rest of you who are lurking but have not said hi, please just drop a hello in the chat so we know who's here.
All right.
And that way we know who to pick on.
So normally we've got the Bigfoot stuff every night, and I thought I would break it up tonight to have a little bit of fun. So tonight we are going to be talking about we're going to be unmasking mystical beasts tonight. That beeping in the background is the coffee's done. That's how far behind we were. So what we're going to be talking about tonight is all the monsters in America.
You can just find all of them within the hallowed halls of Congress.
Yeah. So all the monsters in America.
Actually, the monsters might get upset with me for saying that.
And we're going to be giving you is it cutting you off? That's weird.
Probably.
There you go.
You always cut me off.
Anyway, so we're going.
That's standard practice around here.
Yeah. So we're going to be actually asking you guys for your opinions tonight. Yes. So if you are in the chat, hi Rick
and Richard.
If you're in the chat tonight,
and Kyle. Nice to see you, Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle, how many times have we invited you to something and then you don't show up? So knock that stuff off. Okay. I'm just giving you hell just for fun because I love you, man.
Okay. So we're going to be asking you guys for your opinions tonight because we're going to go through these monsters here in America and we're going to ask you, are they fake or are they real? And you need to choose wisely. So, are you ready? Are you ready?
Is this going to be funny?
This is going to be fun and funny and serious and funny serious. Seriously funny.
I just want a disclaimer here. I had nothing to do with this tonight.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. Renee Berg is on the line.
Oh, hi, Renee. So here we go. Are you ready, folks? Number one on the list is I chose an easy one. So we're going to be talking about the Sasquatch Bigfoot, or the Bigfoot Sasquatch, or whatever you want to call them. Everything from well, we just recently went on the search for the Caddo critter
And the Sabine thing.
and the Sabine thing.
Call it what you will. Is it real or is it fake?
So here's how we're going to do this. So Sasquatch, I mean, if you think it's real, put a 1 in the chat. If you think it's fake, put a 2 in the chat. So I probably should have did a graphic on that too. But anyway,
1 for real, 2 for fake.
So we just recently went out and did a little search for the Caddo critter, and we got a special prize for somebody tonight.
We do?
Yeah, we do. It ain't much. It's probably going to be a signed picture and a sticker. So here's the challenge for the night. I'm going to put up a photo. What did I do with the photo? There it is. I'm going to put up a photo, and this is who we went out looking at for the Caddo critter with. So if you can name all 4 of these people in this photograph, you win the prize. The first person to name all 4 of these people. Are you ready? Go. Take a look at that motley crew.
That goofy smile on the left.
So if you can put the name of all 4 of those people in the chat, you win a prize.
A signed picture of his Bigfoot sighting and a sticker.
Sure. So yeah, ooh, okay. So you got to name all 4 of those.
All 4 people.
So I see we've got tons of 1s in the chat.
Meaning real, we've got 1 Scott.
Yeah, 1 me. That's
By the way, those other 3 people are very well
only know 2 of you.
They are very well known in the Bigfoot community.
Yep. Especially if you ever watched, there's an old Bigfoot documentary video that was one of my favorites, and it was on the list of the favorite Bigfoot stuff that we did. If you ever watched that video called Southern Fried Bigfoot, I wasn't in it, but the other 3 guys I was standing there with was.
We got someone that nabbed Lyle. Okay. Les Odell. I don't think that's correct.
Nope, not correct.
Les Odell.
Somebody got Lyle. Scott Goebel said Lyle and you. Yep. Anyone else got a guess? Oh, Kyle Gibson said Chester.
That's one of them.
We're getting closer.
But we got to have all 4.
You got to have all 4. So let's go back to the photo. Am I going to, is it over yet?
No, just keep.
Okay. Oh, Kyle said Craig and Chester. You got 2.
You need last names.
You need. I think Kyle's the closest. He's got Chester and Craig. And of course me, but I don't really count.
Aww.
And then there's 1 more. And Scott had got that one. So
well, let's go on. Let's keep them thinking and go on to the next.
Okay. So it looks like in our quest, Bigfoot, real or fake, we're going to go with real.
You need a sound effect for that.
I do need a sound for that.
Do you have a sound effect in there somewhere?
Oh, he got wool heater.
Okay. Paul, John, George, and Rinko. You have no idea how
Donna, you're close. All right.
All right. So I think Kyle won it. He named all 4 first and last name. Well, he got the other 3 first and last names. Craig Woolheater, Lyle Blackburn, and Chester Moore.
Yep. So we'll go back
Kyle, so make sure
you email us
or message one of us or something, because we're friends on Facebook. Your mailing address, we will send you out your prize. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay. What
are you looking for?
I can't see over the mic. Yeah. So that's myself. That's Craig Woolheater, Lyle Blackburn, and Chester Moore. So.
Okay. Let's move on.
Moving right along.
Doogadoon, doogadoon.
So hi Ben, you're late. So Bigfoot is real. So here's the next one. The Chupacabra. Famous.
That looks like a starving kangaroo.
And I tried to get real photos of all these for you.
I think that looks like a starved kangaroo.
So if you put a 1 in the chat, is he real? 2 if you think he's fake.
I think it's a starved kangaroo. Looks awful. That is not a chupacabra.
That is a chupacabra.
It's not a chupacabra.
That's a real chupacabra.
Looks like a starved kangaroo.
Renee Berg says 1. So
Renee McCoy says, I got a 2 tonight. Sue Hammond says 2.
Not real.
If you think it's a starved kangaroo in that picture, put a 3. Yeah, octopus says 1, but that's a mangy kanga.
Mangy kanga.
Hi, Locke.
Hi, Locke. Without a doubt, real, Donna says.
That's a real starving kangaroo for sure.
Yeah. So out of the, I don't know, out of the cryptids list in my head, I can't say if it's real or fake. I will go with most likely real, because there's been so many sightings, so many stories, legends. It's been around for a while. That's the way I lean. But as far as evidence goes, we don't have a lot. And we just have the aftermath, the drained goats, That's what chupacabra means, goat sucker. But so anyway, shall we move on to the next one?
That's completely up to you. I have nothing to do with this show tonight.
We got a lot. So the next one on the list, remember, put a 1 in the chat.
1 for real,
1 for real, 2 for fake. So here we go. Here's our next one. Mothman. This is an authentic photo too, by the way. It was on the internet, so it had to be real. So is Mothman.
Scott Goebbels says that there's a rancher in Texas that has a chupacabra
mounted. I know there is.
Hey, Gordon, nice to see you. And Brian and Chewy.
Yep.
Sorry.
Renee says yes. Mothman is real.
So
Michelle
Brian,
says 2.
What did you want? He was on the show last night. Those of you who caught our interview with Kyle Connolly last night, thanks for showing up.
Yep.
We got a couple 2s, Mugman. We got a couple. Actually, we got more 2s than 1s, I think, this time.
Yeah, we got more 2s than 1s. Not a lot of people buying the Mothman.
Never heard of the Mothman.
Never heard of that one, the Mothman. He's been around for a while. There was a famous sighting, I think, gosh, I don't know the dates. It would have been the 70s, I think. Sometime in the 70s, there was a Mothman. And what happens is, the story goes, if the Mothman shows up, there's going to be a disaster. And there's this huge, somebody saw this Mothman on this bridge. I can't remember, it was Ohio, I think, somewhere back there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really up on my Mothman lore, but when you have a sighting, there's a disaster coming, and there was this bridge collapsed and killed a lot of people.
Hey, remember our foster son too? He was Hmong, and he said his parents saw demons on the G Street Bridge in Merced. I wonder if that was a Mothman.
I wonder if it was a Mothman. Could have been. So, but a lot of people say no on the Mothman. I know the Mothman was on a lot of Art Bell's show. Art Bell was a big Mothman fan. So it was Point Pleasant, West Virginia, 1967. Thank you very much, Melissa. Yeah, here, we'll put that one up.
Hey, Melissa, does your little tag stand for Shenandoah Valley Girl? What?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know where
that'd be my guess. But anyway, so yeah, thank you very much, Melissa, for straightening me out there. So okay, so that one was pretty much voted down, it looks like to me. So anyway, we're going to,
the world may never know.
The world may never know, and then they might figure it out. So now we're going to jump into
hey, Don.
Hi, Don. So we're going to do, the next one is kind of a huge category because there are a lot of these. So I put two of them together here, but there's more than two of these legendary creatures around. They all have different names. So let's figure this one out. So what do you think? Is
Nessie.
We got, well, Nessie, well, we're talking about America. So we got Champ and the Ogopogo. I think there's the Bear Lake Monster. There's Chassis. There's Caddy. I'm looking at the list here. There's whatever that one's called. I can't read that yet. Anna's trying to read it.
Oh my gosh. Altamahaha.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so
River Monster from the Altamahaha River, Georgia, of course.
Yep. So there's a lot of these lake monsters everywhere. So put it in chat. Number 1 if you think it's real. Number 2 if you think it's fake. So looks like everybody's throwing the ones in for this one.
Yeah, I actually think those are real.
Yeah, lake monsters.
I think they're holdovers from prehistoric era.
Good possibility.
Because it's much easier to survive those things underwater. If you can be underwater for a long amount of time, because the temperature remains constant.
Now, what's kind of funny, a lot of people don't know this, but here's a little known fact. And this is kind of because I grew up in Oregon, and we spent a lot of time in this place called Wallowa, because that's where all my family's from.
It's so pretty there.
It is gorgeous. Yeah. And we have a place called Wallowa Lake. And I've swum in the lake. It is cold all the time. It's not a good experience. But what people don't know about this little known fact, Crater Lake, Oregon, which is on the opposite corner of the state.
It's like Caddy Corner.
Caddy Corner. Wallowa Lake's northeast Oregon. Crater Lake is southwest Oregon. But a little known fact, Crater Lake and Wallowa Lake are elevation wise exactly the same, and they remain that way. If one goes down, the other goes down. If one goes up, the other one goes up. Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing.
And their temperatures are always the same.
And the temperatures are always,
whatever the conditions on Wallowa Lake are, the same on Crater Lake.
It's going to be on Crater Lake. So there's a Wallowa Lake monster.
The theory is, or the hypothesis, or the conjecture is that there is an underwater river that connects the two lakes, and that the lake monster can swim in between the two lakes.
Yep.
So, what do you think of that? Put a 3 if you think that sounds plausible.
Yeah. I bet they're 300 miles away or more. I don't know exactly how many miles. I never looked it up, but it's got to be about 300 miles apart. So
if you cross
we
the
get
state like
so
that,
I got to go back. We got a lot of ones. Everybody says that these lake monsters are real. So
yeah.
there's a good chance I believe in them.
Octopus asks, they connect through the caves. We think that they connect through a water passage underground.
Yeah, possibly caves or some kind of.
And even underground, you're going to have air bubbles where they can,
Yeah.
air pockets.
But so as far as the lake monsters go, I believe there's, well, particularly in the Northwest, well, there's not many sturgeon in the lake. There's a lot in the Columbia River. If you see water monsters in the Columbia River, sturgeons can be huge.
And they're prehistoric.
And they look prehistoric. So, but yeah, I think there's a good possibility of these underwater. If they're not serpents, I bet they're huge, some kind of prehistoric fish.
Melissa Lester said that we need to come to the East Coast and visit the Shenandoah Valley area of Virginia. Bigfoot is alive and well out there. We are booking for 2025. Yeah. So if there's a festival out there that you want to give them our information, I'm telling you, 2024 is booked.
Yeah.
So 2025, could be our year.
Yeah, and we might this winter because it doesn't get too cold in Virginia. Not this
coming
winter, but
2024
winter. So anyway, so we're going with probably
yes.
All right. So
yes, Michelle says there are sturgeon in the Sacramento River.
Yep.
And Gordon said, otherwise known as Pappy Two Bears, he says there's a lot of native lore about the water creatures.
There are. Yeah, and there's that's another thing. So we're going to pause real quick for our
station identification.
Need to sell you something anyway, and then we'll continue.
As we travel in search for Bigfoot, we use a lot of equipment that uses the internet to operate. Also, in our town hall meetings and live streams, we need a reliable connection. We use Nomad Internet. There's a link and discount code below, so join us and have internet access on the go.
All righty. So the next one is one I'm very familiar with. And I have to tell you, they have a festival for this guy every year. And here's the one authentic photo of this creature. So here we go. This one is called the Hodag. There's even a whole town that has one of these huge Hodag statues as you get into town.
You know what that looks like? That looks like one of the gargoyles from the Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, it's a little creature shaped like a bulldog, but he's got horns and spikes down his back. So
did he kill that poor man on the ground?
I think so.
Are they rejoicing?
I don't know. No, they're trying to bag him while they're and he held still for that old photo. So I need you to tell me, 1 in the chat if he's real, 2 in the chat if the Hodag is fake. So I always wanted to go to the Hodag Festival. One of my favorites.
Melissa said we need the Daniel Bent.
I know Benoit. Yeah. I know him. Yeah. He was in Tennessee.
Well, yep. East Coast Bigfoot Research. Mm-hmm. That appears to be AI generated.
Actually, that photo is not, believe it or not. I know the history of that photo. That photo is not AI generated. It's been around since
Photoshop first began.
No, that was an authentic photo taken.
Yeah,
and then I think it was, if I remember correctly, this happened in the 1920s or 30s. That photo was taken.
Locke says Hodag is good barbecue.
I agree.
We're getting a lot of twos.
Yeah. So
I'm not.
you're not buying the hodag.
It looks too much like the gargoyle from Ghostbusters. You know
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, they guard the gate. 1 is for real, 2 is for fake.
Uh-huh. So you put 1 or 2. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, okay.
But
what do you think?
What do I think?
Hodag is a real creature they failed to identify.
Yeah.
Well, gosh, we are talking about Bigfoot, aren't we?
Yeah, there's even a museum in that. I can't remember the town off the back. I should have remembered. I know that. You might Google that on your phone real quick.
You don't want me in my phone during our show.
So Richard Elmo is not sure.
Hodag Museum. It's gonna. Oh my gosh! It's not even suggesting that that's a real word. I'm gonna get put on a watch list.
Yeah.
Well, they're big in Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
Yes, that's it. Rhinelander, Wisconsin is where they're from.
Oh, I love this. This is from AmericanFolklore.us. The hodag, as it is called, is a gluttonous, ravenous beast with a violent temperament and unappeasable hunger. So a teenage boy.
Yeah.
In weight, the hodag might be compared with a moose; in hunger, a lion; in aggression, a badger; in strength, a black bear; while in altogether appearance, the monster is wholly incomparable. So, teenage boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, the Hodag Heritage Festival, Rhinelander, Wisconsin. We gotta go.
I've always wanted to go to the hodag thing.
Who wants to bring us to Wisconsin? Barnaby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna. I'm gonna have to say most people said 2 in the chat. You're absolutely correct. They made this up as a to bring tourists to Rhinelander, Wisconsin. So.
All right, let's keep going. Oh, we're gonna get.
Okay, then we're gonna get a lot in trouble the next one.
All right, here we go.
Okay, here we go. The next one.
Biggest one of the evening, right here.
Well, one of them. The end one's the biggest one of the evening.
Okay.
But this next one, Dogman. Put a 1 in the chat if he's real. Put a 2 in the chat if he's fake.
He looks like that photo we got from Lake Shasta.
Yep.
Actually, it looks more like a Dogman than a Bigfoot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Bigfoot. So let's see what you guys got.
Renee wants to know if a hodag shows up at the hoedown.
Generally. Charles says no. Renee says no.
But 3 say yes. Melissa, Scott, and Gordon say yes.
Yes. So Octopus says yes. Dogman's real.
I'm going to call him Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
Don says no. Ben says he thinks it's misidentified
Squatch. Okay, I get that a lot.
2.
Blackbeard says no.
It's kind of like up in the air.
Kind of 50-50 on the Dogman. Donna says yes. So
tell us about the Dogman.
Well,
Renee says too many people have seen it.
Yeah, Renee says too many people have seen it. Now, we do have a lot of people who have Dogman reports. And here's a weird thing. There's a radio show that I'm a guest on occasionally in what was the name of that town? In Wisconsin.
Rhineland.
No, the town I'm on the radio show. Kenosha. In Kenosha, Wisconsin. I'm on a radio show there quite often. And we also, that's where the Beast of Bray Road is, that area. And we talk Dogman a lot there. So just recently there was a Dogman report right here in Texas in Lake Texoma.
Oh my gosh, yes. In fact, that was reported to you and to Lyle Blackburn.
Yeah, it was reported to me and Lyle. And there is a lot of, I'd have to say, there's probably as many Dogman reports as there is Bigfoot reports, or close to it.
Yeah, Kyle said that he thinks it's a Squatch, but back east they identify it as Dogman.
Yeah,
I've heard that before.
I've heard that before too. And the Sasquatch could look that much different in the east, I guess. I don't know, possibly.
Well, Octopus says he's heard too many reports of seeing their dog-like faces and claws and ears.
Yeah, so here's a weird thing to think about. My Cajun background, we have a thing called the loup-garou, which is a werewolf. And so there's a lot of Dogman reports. I'm not going to say that there's werewolves that a human turns into this in the full moon, but I believe there's quite possibly a more dog-shaped creature out there, possibly. And you're right, it could be a Bigfoot misidentified. But there's Native Americans have werewolf stories too, along with Bigfoot stories. So
look what Pappy says.
What?
Googly face eaters. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Do they eat your face? Dogs will eat your face if you die.
Yeah.
They will eat their owners' faces.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
So
baboons have dog-like faces, says Octopus. Kyle mentions that think about how we have different types of people. Yeah, truth. Locke, you're right. People can't identify anything worth a squat. It's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's interesting.
gosh.
So this one.
In Octopus's humble opinion, he thinks they're genetically modified security guards for the Illuminati.
There we go.
Got some plausible.
That one. I'm going with that
truth.
one. I'm going with that one. So
hi Terry. He says his grandpa always warned them about the rougarou.
Rougarou. Yep.
Did your dad talk about the rougarou?
No.
He didn't talk about anything.
He didn't know about anything. But anyway, so we're going to leave this one.
It's kind of half an hour.
Mystery. So that's one we need to delve into. So
how many more do we have? Because we're down on.
We're halfway there.
Okay. So
the next one is the Goat Man. If we're going to talk about human dogs, what about human goats?
That looks like Satan.
It does. So 1 in the chat if he's real, 2 if you think he's fake. And this is an authentic photo of a goat man. 2. Ben says no. Renee says no.
I think his name is Mr. Tumnus and he lives in Narnia.
I think they're fawns from the legend, but nope. Scott Goebel says it's a demon.
Yeah. Log said that YouTube is trying to hide the Illuminati
comments. Probably. So Donna says Dogman, werewolf. I think what?
They're the same. No one has seen a
werewolf change. Yeah, that's it. I agree with her. So all 2s on the Goat Man.
So Mr. Narnia is not real?
Narnia is not real.
What?
I know.
My life sucks.
Yeah. Sorry. So here's another one. This is a southern thing.
Oh my gosh.
So this is a southern thing. We're going to ask you if this real or no. It is called. So we're going with no with the Goat Man, by the way. So Hogzilla. Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's real, a 2 if you think he's fake. But this is an authentic photograph of Hogzilla.
Now, look, there's just some good barbecue right there.
Raptor says that one's real. Kyle says it's real.
Donna says that's a Deborah.
Scott Goebel says real. Renee says real. Pappy says real.
Question, is Hogzilla just a great big wild hog that gets into dumpsters?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, and we got all the ones on this one, and
Melissa says there's some good eating. Heck yeah.
yeah, and
They have.
Ben says they've caught massive hogs. Okay, so yes, Hogzilla is real, and like it says the southern thing, there's a lot of wild hogs here, and if you don't know a boar hog, a male hog, they can reach sometimes up to 3,000 pounds. How do I know this? I grew up on a hog farm, in case you didn't know. um, I mean, we had a significant hog farm. We had almost 80 sows. We had 5 boars. We sold over 100 feeder pigs a month. It was
How big did those boars get?
We had a red Duroc male boar that was 2,000 pounds. He was friggin' huge, and
You didn't cross him, did you?
You didn't mess around with him. But yeah, so yeah, hog. And Renee say he did. Renee's been to our hog farm when I was young, so um, so we had yeah, we had one boar that was over 2,000 pounds. It was huge. So pigs can get big, um, even wild pigs. Give them enough time and enough food.
They'll grow to fill their space.
Yep, they'll grow to
like
fill
a goldfish.
Like a goldfish. Yep. So Hogzilla is real. So watch out in the woods there, especially if you're down south, for that Hogzilla. So now we're going to get into a very controversial one. Are we ready? I couldn't find an authentic photo of this one, but here we go. Lizard Man.
We call them a slee stack, don't we?
Yeah,
From Land of the Lost.
Land
How
of the
many
Lost
of you
slee-
remember Land of
Land
the
of the
Lost
Lost
and the slee stack?
stack.
Not the movie that they made it like 20 years ago, but like the Saturday morning
The
crop
orig-
superstar show. That Land of the Lost.
Yeah. Didn't they hiss or I can't remember what they, yeah.
Yes.
That's funny. So 1 in the chat if they're real, 2 in the chat if you don't think they're real.
3 in the chat.
Chat if you think they're aliens.
4 in the chat if you know that they've been elected to public office.
Yeah.
1 real.
So Renee
2
said
fake.
aliens. They're aliens. Renee says aliens. Renee's down with the aliens. Scott Goble's down with that. They're aliens.
I'm down with 4. They're running the world right now.
Yeah.
I don't think aliens want to have anything to do with it.
Yep. Octopus says 4. Yeah, they're running our planet right now. Yeah. No, I tend to lean that they're not. Pappy Two Bears says they're reptilians. Yep, reptilian aliens. If they are real, they're not from here. Let's put it that way.
Well, Doctor Who had a great episode about them, didn't he?
Oh my gosh, yes. What was that? What were they called? Oh, I forgot all about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, there's a kind of an ancient legend about a whole race of lizard people
that live
subterranean, and they come up here every once in a while, and they've been around since prehistoric, dinosaur days. But I forgot what they're called.
Back when Doctor Who was worth watching.
Yeah. But
the V television series made people start claiming there were lizard people pretending to be humans, and Hollywood made it worse.
Yeah. Oh, he got it. Look, here we go.
Silurians.
The Silurians.
Thank you.
Yes.
Doc Ock, you're brilliant.
Yeah.
Silurians. Yes.
Yeah, the Silurians. There we go.
Yes.
Everybody's throwing that in the chat now.
Yeah. But Locke, Hollywood makes everything worse.
Yeah.
There is no good in Hollywood at all. It's disgusting.
So we're going to leave the lizard men to, if they are real, they're aliens. How's that sound?
Yeah.
All right. So here comes another one that's really controversial. Not in the Bigfoot world, but the Jersey Devil. This is kind of a, what is he? A human goat
dragon,
bat buzzard kind of thing.
It kind of looks like Rocky from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
Yeah,
with wings.
So is he real or is he fake?
Is he a winged moose?
Yep. So one in the chat if you think the Jersey Devil's real, two if you don't.
You are talking a lot tonight.
I know.
Ben says Destination Truth had a good episode
on Lizardmen. Okay, I'll have to look that up.
I can't talk. We've had this is our third show this week. We did a show yesterday with Kyle. We recorded one today with Brian. Sasquatch Odyssey.
Yeah.
So I'm all talked out. I've been way too intelligent with too many rounds.
Yeah.
Pappy says it's a misidentified pterodactyl. Who thinks it's flying squirrel?
Flying squirrel.
Rocky, right?
Yeah.
It's Rocky. I think it looks like a winged bullwinkle myself.
Do you know what I think a lot of these are? And I was going to bring this up. There's a lot of made-up creatures that's in lore that were created for parents to keep their kids in bed at night. The boogeyman stuff. So I always felt the Jersey Devil was one of those. You know, you better go to bed and go to sleep or Jersey Devil's going to get you. You know, you better be good or Santa's not going to bring you in print and Krampus is going to come and pick you in a basket and take you away and eat you. You know,
Octopus says roping are real AF and fairies are real. Okay.
Yeah.
So who remembers the M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village? Because they had a monster.
They had a monster to keep their kids inside the fence. Yeah.
Modern pterosaurs are deemed roping. So much I don't know.
Yeah.
What about the little people?
Well, we're gonna put that one on hold, Renee. The little people for a minute, because I got something for that. The big reveal at the end. Okay, so stay tuned.
Yeah. So yeah, The Village had that monster in the woods that they, you know, you could wear to protect yourself. You had to wear yellow, or you couldn't wear red or something.
Yeah.
I always liked M. Night Shyamalan stuff, but that thing about the trees killing us, that kind of killed them.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're gonna go with no Jersey Devil. So here we go. Here's another one. Now this one I know a lot about, and maybe you do too. We're going to talk about Thunderbirds. Do I believe this is an authentic Thunderbird picture? I do not. So one in the chat if it's real, two in the chat if it's not. So what do you think about Thunderbirds? Raptor says no Thunderbirds.
Ben says yes.
Ben says yes, Thunderbirds.
And we got Octopus Hook till the end of the show. Kyle says no. Lockbeard says a hammer-headed fruit bat could have blown in from Africa, and people who knew nothing of this animal would come up with some crazy Jersey Devil
thing. Hey, Locke, I'm with you on the Jersey Devil is a fruit bat. Okay, yes. We're good. We're down.
And by the way, Locke, we were talking about you with Brian today, basically saying that everything that people interpret as supernatural or real or whatever is part of the natural order. They just don't know how to classify it, so anything we don't understand gets lumped into you know.
So do I think Thunderbirds are pterodactyls? I don't. I think Thunderbirds are probably huge eagles or vultures.
Think about the vultures we have seen here in Texas.
The Squatch and Cowboy says that Thunderbirds aren't real. So
have you guys actually seen like a vulture up close? The vultures here are enormous.
Yeah.
They've got wingspans of 20, 30 feet.
not quite, but close.
Whatever.
But, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe Log says maybe a real huge hawk. Plausible.
Well, Thunderbirds in Native American lore bring lightning. Did you know that? but there has been Thunderbird lore in Native American lore forever. We have seen, remember when you're driving home out in the desert in California, we saw that one thing I swore was a pterodactyl. It was huge, flew right over our rig. Do you remember that? Driving home from the core to Kathy's Valley?
No, I might have been sleeping.
Yeah.
So we have a couple great comments here. Donna says they've been seen in the Bridgewater Triangle. Donna, everything is fair game in the Bridgewater Triangle.
Yeah,
that's not the right one. And Raptor says turkey vultures on the ground with their heads up. They're about the size of our daughter-in-law. So,
yeah, they're about 4 foot tall. They are. They're huge. So I believe they could be
condors.
Or condors. Yeah, condors are huge too.
They're bigger than vultures.
Way bigger. Same species or same type of bird.
Yes, raptor, basically.
Yeah.
No pun intended, raptor.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Thunderbird are real, but they're not a mythical beast. I think they're more just natural birds that are just big. That they identify with stuff. So we're going to go on. That's a little.
Locke says the Wyandotte tribe believes the world exists on the back of a gigantic turtle.
Well, it does.
Thunderbird legends are tame. It's true.
Yeah. Did you know that the Pacific Northwest tribe believes the Columbia River was carved by a giant turtle? So there's that. Anyway.
Actually, Raptor, there are some condors here in the U.S. because there is a project to keep them from going extinct, and it's based here in the U.S. So. Yep. Terry says Thunderbirds are real. One flew over our truck when we were living in the city of Rocks, New Mexico. And New Mexico, anything's fair game there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the 70s. Okay, and the 70s, Terry. There were other things that were really common in the 70s. So
yeah. Just saying. Okay, here's the next one. The Ozark Howler. A lot of you may never even heard of this. It looks like a dog. It has a beard like a goat, and it has horns.
Like the devil.
Like the devil. So one in the chat if he's real, two if he's not. This is an authentic photo.
And in the meantime, Pappy says he lives not far from parts of the Bridgewater Triangle and can verify there are many wild Martians in the surrounding area.
Yep.
It's true.
Kyle says the Ozark Howlers is a nope.
That's like a rat tail it has.
Yep.
Lots of nopes.
Yep.
That's looking awfully photoshopped to me.
I think it's this freakish taxidermied animal that some taxidermist threw a bunch of parts together and made. That's what I think.
How X-Files worst movie ever is that?
Yeah, it is.
Number one, just as real as Jack. Did you put a jackalope?
I did not put a jackalope. I didn't even. What's wrong with me? We've even been to the jackalope capital of the world.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, that's Douglas, Wyoming, actually. If you've never been there.
Nice place to camp. They got a nice city park that you can camp at.
Yeah, but it's the most definitely the jackalope capital of the world. But yeah, it's along the same lines as the jackalope. Yeah, I think it's just some fun a taxidermist was having. So here comes another one. Now
do we need to stop for a break, or are we just going to blaze through the rest of these?
See how much time we got left.
We got 13 minutes.
Yeah, we better blaze. Cool. I don't remember how many I have left. So the next one, Wampus Cat.
Meow.
One if it's real, two if it's not. Is there a Black Panther running through the woods?
Yeah. I think it's a 1.
I think it's a 1 myself. Renee says no.
I think it's 1. I absolutely think it's, and I think it's exactly, I think it's a cougar. A black cougar.
I think those most definitely, there's black cougars, there's Black Panthers. They've been around forever, and we have actual Black Panthers in the world. And why can't they live here? I mean, cougars live here.
Melanistic cougar.
Melanistic cougar. Yep.
Yeah. A black leopard. Yep.
Yep.
Here, kitty.
That's enough. That scared me. Yeah, so I think they're real, and I think they're just your normal black
mountain lion.
Black cat.
Yeah.
So here's another one really fast. We're going to run through this one really fast. It's the Loveland Frogman. This is an authentic photo of it. 1, if it's real. 2, if it's faked.
Are you sure that's really glowing eyes and not just a beer can?
I think it's probably a beer can floating on the water. Yeah.
Octopus says he'll find one and raise it as mine own child. I would love to have a wild cat. I really would. I've always wanted one.
Again, Donna said it's been put in the Bridgewater. Is there anything not in the Bridgewater Triangle?
I said everything. Bridgewater Triangle, everything's fair game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle. You just never know. Frog legs, barb. Okay, so last Saturday we drove over to the Jefferson area and had lunch with Craig Woolheater and Chester Moore and Lyle Blackburn and all those people over there. And Lori tried her level best to get me to have alligator and frog legs.
Yep, and she wasn't doing it.
Nope, ain't doing
the
it.
Restaurant had alligator and frog legs on the menu.
Like, no, ain't doing it. I did have. I will say this. God bless them Cajuns, because we were spitting distance from Louisiana, from Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
God bless the Cajuns. I had the best grilled catfish. Terry, the grilled catfish and the grilled shrimp. It was like, it was all like butter melted in my mouth.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So
yeah, I'm kind of not buying the Frogman. Okay, here's another one. The Beast of Busco. 1, if it's real. 2, if it's fake.
That looks like a snapping turtle, actually.
It is a snapping turtle. It's supposed to be a gigantic dinosaur-sized snapping turtle.
I've seen some snapping turtles that are huge, and they're mean. They'll get you. I think that's real.
Yeah. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry, because he knows and you know what? And the catfish and the shrimp, I specifically didn't get them blackened because there's so much sugar and blackened seasoning. So I just got straight grilled. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So thank you for the super chat. So this one looks like it's about 50-50 on the giant turtle.
I think it's true.
I think they could be some giant snapping turtle out there. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Next time we run into
Turtle
Man, we'll ask him. We'll ask him. So anyway, so I'm kind of hurrying up here because we're running out of time.
Okay. We can go over a little bit.
Okay.
I don't have anything until the bottom. I have something at the bottom of the hour, and then we'll be good.
So the next one, Shunka Workin.
That looks like a hyena.
Is it real or is it not?
I think it's a hyena. Looks like a hyena. Look at the shape of that body. And the way the tail goes down. Like
so that. This here is actually in a museum somewhere. This is a taxidermied animal. Could it be a mangy wolf?
I think it's a hyena.
Its face isn't quite the same as a wolf. I mean, the jawline's a little bit different. Is it a dire wolf? Could be another name for this.
Dire wolf?
Yeah. I think it could be a type of wolf that went extinct, or is this America's version as
America's version?
America's.
There are no virgins in America.
No, America's version of the. Oh my gosh, you had it in my mouth. The xylophone. What's the word I'm looking for? In Australia, the xylophone, I think it's called.
Tasmanian.
Well, no, that's a different thing. They actually had one of these in a zoo, and like they say, the last one died, but people see them out in the woods still in Australia.
Did you know
the xylophone? I think that doesn't sound right.
Did you know that extinct?
Yeah, there it is.
Thylacine. That sounds like a
thylacine.
That sounds like a psychotropic medication.
Yeah. Yeah, but so this was an actual animal and what it is too, it looks like a dog, it looks like a wolf, it has stripes like a zebra, and it's part of the kangaroo family, basically. So
could be a starved kangaroo.
yeah,
we're back to the starved kangaroo.
So
okay, did you know
thylacine,
did you know that extinct does not mean they're all gone?
Right.
It means extinct means the population has dropped to the point where the likelihood of them being a self-sustaining species is about impossible, but it doesn't mean they're gone, and they can be revived.
Yeah, marsupial. Yeah, it was a dog-looking marsupial with zebra stripes.
I think
so. Is this here the American version of that? Could have been here forever.
Is it a version of the
chupacabra? There we go. All right, Terry got it. It's another chupacabra. No. So
4 slides left, folks. We've almost done it. Come on.
Everybody said that it looks like this is probably real, and it actually is. There's a taxidermy version of it in a zoo, in a museum somewhere. So here comes, I think this was the big one. Let me see. Yep. Real or fake? The Pukwudgie.
Otherwise known as the little people.
Yep. Now, the Pukwudgie is a Native American legend that goes way back, the little people.
I have a question.
This is an actual photograph here that somebody got of one running across the road. And this is a drawing that people say they look like. If you look at this to that, I mean, it's pretty darn close. It
looks an awful lot like Rumpelstiltskin. Are they, or maybe it's the troll under the bridge?
Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if it's real. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's fake. We're getting, Renee Berg says 2. Everybody else says 1.
Looks like a Angel says porcupine. 1. You know what? This does look like a porcupine. Look at the quills.
But porcupines don't run on their back legs. That's another problem. So Melissa says
Mike
1.
Bryan says Pedro Mountain Mummy.
Really?
Never heard of that.
Never heard of that. I'll have to look that one up. So here's a story. I'm very familiar with a lot of the natives around the Mount Shasta volcano in Northern California. There is a huge Pukwudgie legend there. And people see these little people all the time. We probably get more Pukwudgie reports from Mount Shasta than we do Bigfoot reports, and we get a lot of Bigfoot reports from Mount Shasta.
Renee said that wasn't the little people she was talking about. I think you're talking about the little Irish dudes wearing green vests and hats, guarding the gold at the end of the rainbow, right?
Yeah.
Scott says he sees them all the time after going to the Green Cross store in Oregon.
Yeah.
So how about leprechauns, honey? Are leprechauns real?
I don't know.
We're not in Ireland.
We're not in Ireland. So here's something very interesting. I'm going to throw this at you right now. A few years ago, I think it was 2018, 5/13/2018, at well, I don't think the timer's right on my camera, but it was probably 11:31 a.m. This is what we caught on a camera. This is my trail camera, my photo that we got. Now, you need to watch right here. You see there's nothing on the stump. There was a series of photos. You watch right there. You'll see something on the stump and then something not on the stump. We're going to go back to the photo with the something on the stump. I'm going to zoom in on it. Look at this little dude right here. Look at that face and the ears and the arms here. I have no idea what that was.
That's Gollum.
Here's where I kind of
colored. No, not Gollum. That's Dobby. That's what we named him Dobby.
We named this one Dobby. Hannah jumped ahead a little bit.
Sorry.
But when I was looking at this photo, the only thing I could picture in my head was Dobby The face looks just like that. So is that a pukwudgie? Or Renee, is that your elf? But that's something that I caught. I think we did a video on it back in the day. I have never talked about it since. It's just weird.
We kind of thought it was a possum, but
yeah, I thought, but we don't have possums in Eastern Oregon. At least I've never seen one. Scott, Renee, you Oregonians, have you ever seen a possum in Oregon? We see them down here a lot in Texas.
And armadillos.
And armadillos, which are armored, or what are they? What do they call them? Tactical possums.
Locke is asking if was it a trick of the light. That's a pretty big trick.
I don't know, but if you go back in the video here, I don't know if I can go back. If you look here,
just watch it.
Just watch right here. There is a photo before, a photo after, and a photo.
And you see it appear and disappear.
You see it show up and then it disappears. But yeah, I got nothing about that.
Scott said Dobby the raccoon. It doesn't look like
Dobby the raccoon. It could have been. It could have been a raccoon, but I don't know. Raccoons, they look wholly different than that.
Maybe.
I mean, we do have raccoons there. But Renee said she had one in her backyard. Pappy Two Bears casting a shadow too. Yeah, it did cast a shadow. Yeah, he pointed that out. See, it does cast a shadow right there.
It just doesn't look like a raccoon to me.
Yep.
It looks way gaunter than a raccoon. Gaunter, more gaunt.
But I'm gonna have to go with, you know, the Native Americans do have a long history of these things. So I don't know what that is. Pukwudgie confirmed.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so before we show you the last slide, why don't we pop up what we're planning for the future here?
Oh, we didn't go over that. We'll just run through it really quick. Why don't you do that?
I will. And we just kind of need to go through where we're going the rest of the year. So this is where we're going. By the beginning of February, we will be back up in the Pacific Northwest to start our annual sportsman show thing. But we are here in Point, Texas at Lake Tawakoni, and we will be here for another 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, we actually take off. And we will this Saturday, if you are in this area.
Not this Saturday.
No, next Saturday. This Saturday, I'll be at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say that out loud. Okay.
Okay.
It was a secret.
No, it's not really a secret. It's just invitation only. Anyway, next Saturday, the 16th, we will be having a Bigfoot meetup here at the campground. If you are coming, it's $10 a car to get into the campground, but it will be it's not called the clubhouse, it's called the lodge.
The lodge. Yeah.
So you can just ask for directions. They'll ask for your $10 and they'll point you in the right direction.
If you go to our Facebook page, Squatch America, and look at under the events, it's listed there, and I have a map of where to go.
Yeah.
And then after that, this is a list of the places we're going to be in the future.
Yep. So
if you're anywhere near any of these cities, Eugene, Roseburg, Medford, Anderson, California, Klamath Falls, Oregon, Forks, Washington, Medellin Falls, Washington, Baker City, Oregon, Glide, Oregon, and then Cloudcroft, New Mexico. Come see us.
Yep.
So,
all right. So there we go. Your last slide now.
You ready?
Sure.
Here's what one of the how do I put it? Prophets. This is a prophet. So,
because we all know that
science fiction writers are prophets.
Yes,
so here's one of my favorite sayings
I believe in evidence. I believe in observation, measurement, and reasoning confirmed by independent observers. I'll believe anything, no matter how wild and ridiculous, if there is evidence for it. The wilder and more ridiculous something is, however, the firmer and more solid the evidence will have to be.
And that's from Mr. Isaac Azimuth. So
do some meetups in Oregon. Well, Terry, guess what?
We're on it.
There is going to be in the Medfords, at all the sportsman shows, we're actually going to have within the shows a Bigfoot town hall.
That's right. All the sportsman shows, the first 5 on that list. I'll bring the list back up. First 5 on this list. Eugene, Roseburg, Medford, Anderson, California, and Klamath Falls. All 5 of these, we are going to be doing a town hall meeting
within the show itself.
So
we're going to be getting on that publicity here pretty quick.
Yep.
So, all right. With that said, your wife has to pee. So
oh, great. That's a TMI.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, nature. So Kyle Gibson, you saw the dates for the Baker City, the Blue Mountain Bigfoot Festival. You've got it well in advance. Get that time off work. You and Mantra come over.
Yep, please. Love to have you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Any last words?
As always, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already. What is the count?
It was 2666 earlier.
Let's see what it is now. Probably the same, but I don't know. 2668. So it's popping up there. We're getting more views. We're getting more shares. We're getting more comments. So keep those coming. Let's keep things going. Like, subscribe, share, and do all the things.
Yeah, and remember, Tuesdays we drop a Terrific Tuesday, just a fun and games video. We do our lives on Wednesday nights and
Footprint Fridays.
And Friday there will be a video dropped about us and those gentlemen that we showed you earlier. That video is going to drop Friday. And as always,
our job is to investigate. Our job is to investigate the unexplained.
Not to explain the uninvestigated.
So you keep watching.
And we'll keep squatching.
Bye now.
And go out and find Bigfoot.
That damn Sasquatch.